Hey everyone, welcome to the Captain Drone YouTube channel. My name is Steve and I hope you and your family had a great Christmas. And by great Christmas, I mean I hope you had lots of peace and love in your life and plenty of gifts. And speaking of gifts, did you happen to get anything in the RC hobby for Christmas, such as an RC plane, RC helicopter, FPV drone, RC boat, RC car? Well, if you did, you may or may not have received a battery charger. If you did receive a battery charger with one of those items, it's going to be the worst battery charger in the world. However, I'm here to tell you, you can get a professional battery charger that's pretty darn good. So this video is going to be all about an intelligent battery charger by GTECH. I think the name of it is down here, or it's right on the charger itself. And by intelligent battery charger, I mean you just plug a battery in the front, walk away, it charges the battery, it does everything for you. Now, if you're new to the RC hobby, you can be forgiven for not knowing about the company GTECH and the products they produce. If you've been in the RC hobby for an awfully long time, you probably have a lot of their products, such as the Tattoo line of batteries that we all use in the FPV hobby and love, as well as the R-line series of batteries, which we all use in the FPV hobby because they have a massive C rating. And finally, you have the GTECH batteries themselves, which are inexpensive and very reliable. Now, when it comes to batteries, the ones I just showed you are just the tip of the iceberg in the GTECH line of product batteries. And GTECH batteries, if you're not aware, are pretty much the only batteries used by the industry because they're very reliable. They also make the consumer batteries that I showed you, so everybody chooses GTECH. And a while ago, they got into making chargers for batteries, very inexpensive ones. This one is not super expensive, and it's a smart, intelligent charger. Now, the intelligent part in this charger only works if you use GTECH batteries. You can use normal batteries on this, and you can charge them up normally, no problem. But if you use the GTECH line of batteries, then it turns into an intelligent smart charger. So if I bring these batteries close, you can see they all have one thing in common, and that is they all have a very different looking balance plug. Now, this balance plug works in any charger on the market, but it's designed specifically for this type of charger or anything that's a GTECH charger. So if I plug any of these normal batteries we use in the hobby for RC boats, RC cars, RC planes, RC helicopters, FPV drones, if I plug any of these batteries into this charger acts like a normal charger, and you can select all the normal functions. But when I plug one of these GTECH batteries into the charger, I don't have to touch anything. Just plug them in, walk away. It's really good. I know I've mentioned that a million times, but I just want to get the point across why this exists. So I'm going to show you a demo of everything working, but I just want to explain first off what this charger can do, because it's not just a typical charger. It's the intelligent charger, but a very good one at a very good price. So what I mean is this charger has the functions in it that you would find on a high-end charger. First off, let's talk about the wattage. It can shoot out 300 watts or 700 watts of power. Obviously, it's got to split that between the two ports. So when you're using AC, you've got 300 watts of power, which is a little bit more than the competition most times. And when you're using DC, you're up to 700 watts of power. And that's right, I know you just figured that out. It's an AC-DC charger, so I could take this with me, go out to my field, it will work, or bring it in the house, plug in the AC connector, and it will work. And when I say it's got all the features of the big boys, I mean, it's a dual charger. It also has the charge balance function when you charge up a battery, which we all do before we go out to the field. It also has the discharge function. If something's wrong with your battery, you got to discharge it away down. It also has the battery storage function, so that if you're not going to use your batteries over the winter, you put them in storage mode. It allows you to do that. It also has the cell balance function. Say you've got a battery that's been sitting around for a while and one of the cells is out or two of the cells are out. Just put it on the cell balance and it will fix it really quick. Like the big boys, it can do external discharge. So I can plug a battery in the back and take the power out of that battery and charge up batteries in the front without using any other power source. Great for out in the field. It's also got synchronized charging in case you want to go crazy and throw lots of watts. So as I mentioned, I've got 300 watts with AC, but I'm only splitting that 300 watts, 150, 150 on each port. But if I do synchronized charging, I can put the two ports together into one battery and shoot out 300 watts. And finally, it can act like a power supply. so you can have this power other things in your house in the RC hobby. But the cool thing about this charger for the price is that it comes with all of these cables. Now you're going, why does it come with all the cables? Well, let me tell you. First, you have the AC cable in case you want to plug it in at home. Next, you have a USB cable because this can be used as a USB charger. On the side, there's a USB charging point. So you plug this in the side and then plug in your other item, your laptop, your MacBook, whatever, and it will charge it up. It charges at 5 volts, 2 amps. But the cool thing is they give you all these little cables. These are like, I call them like connector cables. So what it is when you buy any of the G-line batteries, so I've got 6S here, 4S and 3S. So when you buy these, you then pick, when you buy them, what type of connector plug do you want? Do you want XT60, which is on the front here? Or do you have an RC plane? RC planes all tend to use like EC3s or EC5, so you can get those type of connectors, which I have here because I've used these batteries in RC planes. Or FPV drones, you might get a different connector. So whatever connector you get, they supply these other cables. So they can go from an EC3 to an XT60 or an EC5 to an XT60, or I thought I had a Dean's in it. Yeah, here we go. A Dean's plug to an XT60. So you're all set. So the next thing I should do is show you what comes in the box, although I've pretty much explained everything that comes in the box. I don't think there's anything else. So I'll go through that really quick. Then I'll show you a demo of charging up a battery, a normal battery, any one of these normal batteries that you would have. You probably have a pile of them if you're in the RC hobby. I'll show you that it can charge up a normal battery and the features it has. Then I'll show you a battery with the GTECH technology, which is pretty cool. And as I mentioned, these batteries with GTECH technology, you can charge these batteries in a normal charger as well. So you don't have to keep using this one. You can just stick them in a normal charger and they will work. Although you don't get the intelligent function, but the balance cable is designed to work in any charger. All right, enough of me talking. Check it out. This is the box your Gens Ace charger comes in. Opening the box, you'll find your instruction manual, your charger, and your accessories. And now let's take a closer look at the IMARS D300. On the front, you have your channel A voltage input, followed by the channel A balance port, followed by the channel B voltage input and the channel B balance port. Since this is a GTECH intelligent charger designed for GTECH batteries, you'll notice that the balance port has an extra pin right here. On one side of the charger, you'll find the AC input for your AC power supply, as well as the USB output so you can charge up USB devices. On the opposite side of the charger, you'll find the fan. This allows the unit to stay cool. On the rear of the charger, you'll find the DC input. On the top of the unit, you'll find your 2.4-inch IPS color display, followed by 4 selection buttons. Now let's take a look at what accessories come with the unit. First off, you do get an AC power cord, which is configurable for your country, followed by a USB cable for charging USB devices. Next, you get a series of connector cables, all going from one type of connector to an XT60 connector. Now, if you buy yourself one or many GTECH batteries, let me show you what comes in the box. You'll find a simple instruction manual, followed by an advertisement card for the GTECH charger, and finally your smart GTECH battery. I ordered this battery with an EC3 connector because I'm going to use it in RC planes. And here you can see a close-up of the GTECH balance connector, which has a microchip inside. Now I'm going to show you a quick demo of charging a normal battery on the IMARS D300. This battery is not a smart battery, it has an XT60 connector, and I'm simply going to plug it in the front of the unit as well as the balance cable, and I'll show you what happens. Since I plugged it into channel A of the charger, you can see the voltage of the battery in channel A on the screen. If I press the channel button, we can zoom into channel A and see more information, such as the voltage of each of the 3 cells. And if I press the down arrow, I can scroll down to see even more information. If I press the enter button, I can then tell the charger what I want it to do to the battery. So I select charge, then press enter again. And I'm presented with many selections to choose from. For this demo, I'm going to select balance because I want to balance the cells in my 3-cell battery. Next, if I pick battery type, I can then change the battery type that's shown on the charger. When you select cell voltage, this is where you tell the charger what is the highest voltage you wish the battery to have for each cell. For a LiPo battery, this would be set at 4.2 volts. You can change the cell count, but normally the charger will figure it out based on the balance cable. The target current is usually where newbies have a problem and put too much current and explode the battery. My battery is a 3300 milliamp hour LiPo battery, so I'm going to set the target current at 3.3 amps. Finally, I press start, and whatever task I ask the charger to do, it will do it. Here we see the charger is putting 3.3 amps of current into the battery. This is the percentage done until completion. Here we can see all 3 cells of the battery receiving current until they max out at 4.2 volts per cell. If I switch to channel B, I should get no information because I've plugged nothing into channel B. Now we'll plug a 3S GTECH smart battery into the charger and see what happens. For this demo, I'm also going to place the GTECH smart battery in channel A. Have a look at the screen. I have pressed no buttons. Everything is automatic, so it says there is a GTECH battery plugged in, charging and balancing is taking place at the correct current, and the time remaining is shown. If I press the down arrow, I can look at the ohm resistance of each cell. And for this demo, I'll plug a second GTECH battery into the charger. This one's a 4S battery. The battery is plugged into channel B, so once it's plugged in, it automatically starts charging to the correct voltage. By pressing the channel button, I can see the status of both batteries at once. If you wish, you can override the charge current by pressing the enter key and selecting adjust current and selecting a new current, higher or lower. While the batteries are charging, I'll show you the system settings. Simply hold down the enter key until the settings menu appears. I won't show you all the settings in this review because this review would be another hour in length, but let me just say there's an awful lot of settings. I should also mention that since this is an intelligent smart charger, it automatically charges your batteries. However, if you wish to override that and do something else to your batteries, you can. Alright, you're back to me, and wasn't that pretty cool? It's pretty amazing. When you go check the price on this charger, it is not super expensive. And I got another bonus for you. They also make a GTECH mini charger that comes in a bundle with batteries. So you can buy a battery and get the charger with it. And it's a mini charger. It has no features. And since these are intelligent, the mini charger is just you plug this in. There's nothing on it to touch, really. And then it just charges up the battery. You can do one battery at a time. But they're very inexpensive. And when you buy them in a combo with a battery, it's pretty cool with that. You'll see it on the website. I'll put the link below. I'll put the link to this charger as well below, obviously, because that's what this video is about. Go check it out. I think you'll be pretty amazed, especially if you're new in the RC hobby and you don't want to get confused on amps or burning down your house, everything like that. It will do it all for you. If you've been in the hobby for a long time and you use the Gens Ace batteries, you'll probably start buying the GTECH batteries in the future because they're not that much more expensive than the normal batteries. And then if you get this charger or even the mini charger, you can charge things up quickly. You know, it's like plug it in, forget it. It does everything for you. It's really good. So with all that said, I say if you have questions on this charger or the batteries, just post your questions below and I'll get back to you. You'll see me throughout the year in 2024 using these batteries, although I've been using them in 2023 as well. So if you haven't noticed them, you'll probably start noticing them more and more in 2024. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate that very much. And for now, I say Happy New Year and catch you in a future video. Until then, I say bye.